Namaste. My name is Todd Norian. I'm the founder of Ashaya Yoga. Before we get started, please share this experience with your friends and those you know who need a little bit of peace and self-care today. Also, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll be able to get notifications of all the different classes that I offer. And right now, my free membership, I'm offering a free 14-day trial for my online membership. So you can just click the link below and check out the membership so you can develop a consistent practice. Today's class is you have to open your heart to follow your heart. Happiness is your ultimate destiny. And I can say that because in the Tantric tradition, joy is our true nature. Underneath it all, it's really this bubbling bliss of joy that is at our essence. It's what's creating everything. It's called ananda, bliss or joy. You are powerful beyond measure with the capacity to create a life of greatness, a life of happiness beyond your wildest imagination. But what happens is we stop ourselves short. We get in our own way with self-limiting beliefs, feelings of unworthiness, not enoughness, and basically we create these paradigms of perfection that we can never meet. Our standards are way too high. Tantra tells us that we are perfectly imperfect, just as we are. And how is that even possible? Well, we live in a perfectly unfinished universe of becoming. So this whole notion of perfectionism just keeps running and burning inside this idea of shame, that we are just not enough. There is something wrong with us. Tantra is going to embrace every single part of you, both shadow and light, and every shade of gray in between, to say that your humanity is your divinity. So how do we follow our heart? How do we get into this notion of positive thinking? It's more than positive thinking. It's alignment with the truth of who we are. And so to follow your heart, I say it takes two things: humility and dedication. Humility is our capacity to know that we're connected to an energy bigger than ourselves. We have to surrender. We have to let go a little bit. And I don't mean surrender like give your power away. I mean surrender as in the full acceptance of what is as it is. That opens us to bigger and broader possibilities. And then dedication is the consistent and steady practice that it takes to not give up, to really put all of your energy into something that you truly believe in. And so we're going to work today with finding the balance between humility, which is more of a soft, surrendering quality, and dedication, which is our strength. And we need to up our level of dedication to really overcome the darkness. I always say when the times, when times get tough get going. But when times get dark, and shadowy like this, when things don't work out in the way that you would have hoped they would, then it's time to rise up and become even stronger and more connected to what we truly believe is our human values of decency. So I invite you to take a comfortable seat now, roll your thigh bones in, draw your tailbone down, join your index fingers and thumbs, palms down. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. With each inhalation, invite the light of the universe to fill you and lift your side ribs, take your shoulders back, lift your throat, and draw your palate back and occiput up. It's the center roof of the mouth and the back of the skull. We draw those 2 points up. Place your palate directly aligned over your pelvis. And bring into alignment your head, your heart, and your body. With eyes closed, take a few moments to reflect. What does your heart most deeply desire? What is your level of happiness now? And what might you need to let go of in order to grow your happiness? With each exhalation, let your hips settle. Relax, let go, become more humble and open to a greater energy. Release yourself from needing to solve all of your problems. Release the need to resolve whatever is unresolved. And just dwell in the spaciousness of your own heart. And then attune to the fire of your dedication to be happier, to really live the life of your dreams. For this, it takes dedication to whatever it is that you believe in. Allow your dedication to grow stronger and strong enough to make the sacrifice to develop perhaps a daily practice, to prioritize what's most meaningful in your life. Then send out a wish from your heart and bring your palms together in front of the heart. Set your intention. And finding the balance of humility and dedication, let's take a breath and chant Om. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Come up to a standing position, please. Later on in the class, you're going to need a yoga belt. So you can get a yoga belt ready. Come stand, feet hip distance apart, and come to the front of your mat. Palms in front. And then inhale, stretch your arms up. And exhale, bring your arms down. Coordinate your movement with your breath. And as you inhale, ride in the wake of your breath. Let the breath lead and you follow. Humble yourself so that we're not pushing grace. We're not forcing the prana flow, the life force, but we're facilitating it. We're flowing right behind it. And in this way, we open into the current of grace, release resistance. And then as you flow in harmony with your breath, which is like flowing in harmony with the current of grace itself, lift your toes, hug muscles to bones. With a great dedication to what you most deeply desire, hug muscles to bones. Squeeze your legs isometrically toward the midline. And then pull up from the earth and your feet up into the core of your pelvis. And as you make that deep connection up through the legs into the core of your being, stay humble. Keep your heart soft. Then from your pelvic core, push down into your feet, rise up, let the light of your heart and the light of happiness shine. Then exhale, fold forward, lead with your heart as you come down. Maintain dedication in your legs. Continue to lift your toes, hug the muscles. And then inhale, heart forward. Exhale, humbly bow. Inhale, lift your heart forward again. And then exhale, surrender, let go inside. But don't give up. Keep your legs hugged. And then step back into downward dog pose. Ultimately, bend a knee and press the opposite heel toward the floor. Go back and forth. Now deepen your breath. Then bend both knees. Show dedication in your hands. So we claw the finger pads. It's right the flesh underneath your nails and the roots of the fingers. That's where your finger joins the hand. Claw pads and roots. And then with dedication, pull your palms toward each other. Notice how your arms start to tone. Then pull up from your hands all the way up into the heart. And don't let your shoulders collapse. You got to lift your armpits up. But don't just lift and roll your arms in. Lift, but lift the inner edge of your armpit up. So you keep your index finger, knuckles, and thumbs down while you lift the inner edge of the armpits up. The lower arm turns in. The upper arm turns out externally. And then hug your outer shoulder blade edge into the back of the ribs. Bend your knees, take your thigh bones back, produce a low back curve. Create a little smile in your low back. And then keeping the curve, draw your tailbone in. From your heart, root back down into the floor through your hands. And from your heart, stretch through your spine, through the hips, and down through the base of the shins. Try to pull your heels backwards. Deepen your breath. Good. Then inhale, right leg up. Exhale, big lunge forward. Come up, hands to hips. Stabilize your legs through dedication. What's most valuable to you? Squeeze into that. Scissor your legs. Then stretch your arms. Bring your palms in front. Bow. Have a humble heart. And when you bow, pull your front ribs down and the back of the waistlines flow up. Pull your tailbone in. And when you can connect the tip of the tail with the base of the ribs, I call that the xiphoid tailbone connection. We have this little bone here right between the ribs at the base of the rib cage called the xiphoid process. So you pull that down. You pull your tailbone in and up, keeping your ribs in, then start to stretch back. Full and deep breaths. We need to rise up from feeling like life is happening to us to life is happening for us. Just this little shift. We go from victim consciousness, where life is always happening to us, to victory consciousness. And that is the pose of the warrior. That's the attitude of the warrior of the heart. Worthy of greatness and worthy of happiness. Exhale, sweep your arms all the way down, step back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lunge, hands to hips. Settle. Remember the bigger energy. Soften your skin. Get a little humble. Open up to your breath. Release the perfectionistic standard that's always too high. Embrace yourself with dedication that you are perfectly imperfect, just as you are. Scissor your legs. Stretch your arms. From your pelvic core, push your right heel back and the left shin forward. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and humbly bow. We have to soften the individual in order to expand the universal. Universal's in our back body. Individual, of course, is in the front. So bow, get humble, then pull your tailbone in, lift your heart even more, and stretch up. Hug in with dedication, but stay humble and open, especially so that we don't overdo it, we don't over effort, and we never want to force nature. Instead, dedication helps to align us with what we most deeply desire. Exhale, sweep your arms down. Come into plank. For the modification, put your knees on the floor. It'll be easier. If you can hold, then thighs back, tail in, pull your ribs in, claw, pads and roots. Dedication burns with a subtle fire. I want you to try to feel that fire. And as we hold, you'll be strengthening and toning your body. Then, can you come to Chaturanga? Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep the shoulders at the level of the elbows. Thighs back, tailbone in. Okay to put your knees on the floor. It's kind of a fierce dedication. Then exhale all the way down. Point your toes back, hug your legs, and inhale, come up. Keep your legs deep in the earth, but claw your palms backwards with dedication. Lift your heart more, shoulders back, and breathe. The winds of grace are always blowing, but you have to set the sails. With dedication, set your sails. What is it that your heart most deeply desires? Curl up and back even more. And then exhale. Down, push back, downward facing dog pose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, lunge. Square your left foot. Bring your right forearm to your thigh, left hand to your hip, and then take your left arm over. One of the things that happens when you lift the arm over is everything rolls in and the shoulder collapses. So bring your left arm out to the side first, parallel to the floor, and then with dedication, pull the armpit back. It's like you suck back through the armpit, and the head of your arm bone then goes into its proper position. Back of the shoulder joint. Then keeping that, stretch your arm overhead and then externally rotate your arm. Turn your thumb more up toward the sky. Your palm faces behind the head. Good. Bend the front leg a bit more. With dedication, hold. It takes dedication to create anything of lasting value. Just think about, what you've created in your life and how much dedication that took. Continue to squeeze, hug in. And what do we want to be dedicated to? A great life, more happiness, to really align with your values, to live the dream. Thighs back, tailbone in. And for those who can go more, touch the floor to the outside of the right ankle with your right hand on eagle talons. Then radiate out from your pelvis through your feet and from your pelvis through your fingers. Turn your heart light on more. Exhale, release. Spin back to downward dog. Take your left leg up. Exhale, lunge. Square the right foot. Left forearm on your thigh. Do the same thing with a right arm. You'll see it from behind. So you overextend the right arm out to the side and then pull your armpit back and then sweep the arm overhead with your thumb up. Full deep breaths. Open to the bigger energy. Get humble. Just look into your heart for a moment and bow. Pull your ribs in. Keeping that, lift your heart. With dedication, squeeze your legs to the middle, thigh bones back, tail in, radiate out from pelvic core through the feet, and from the pelvic core, stretch through your fingertips. And right at the last moment, see if you can go deeper. Left hand and eagle talons to the outside of the left ankle. Stretch and breathe. The way we expand our orbit of happiness is to hug in with deep, deep acceptance and dedication. Continue to surrender and let go to the bigger energy, but stay dedicated to what your heart most deeply desires. Don't lose yourself. Exhale, sweep the right hand down, step back, plank, chaturanga, hold. Practice xiphoid tailbone, so pull your ribs in, draw your tailbone in. The navel pulls back and up towards the spine. Exhale all the way down. This time, separate your hands off your mat, eagle talons, wide cobra. Inhale up. Shoulders back, elbows back. With dedication, squeeze the back of your shoulder blades onto the ribs. Allow your heart to shine. It takes dedication to create a life that you feel good about living. It doesn't always come naturally. You have to work for it, but not overwork. And then believe that you can have it. We get in our own way, basically. And I say happiness is what's left over when you're out of the way. When you stop doubting yourself, insecurity fades, anxiety dissolves, and you're there in the splendor and radiance of the heart. Exhale, fold. Awesome. Push back, downward dog pose. Now come back into plank all the way down and come onto your left forearm, parallel to the front edge. Bend your back knee, quad stretch, Ardha Bakasana, the half frog. So hold your right foot, root the base of your right thigh, drag forward, tailbone in. And then to work a little deeper stretch in the arm, bring the inner edge of your hand, thumb up. The palm of your hand, thumb up to the inner edge of the big toe. So you can kind of see there. And it's just a little pivot of the thumb down and elbow up. You hold just below the base of the toes. Curl your toes back into your hand. Push the heel toward the hip, but keep the base of your thigh down. And then tailbone in. Ribs slightly to the left. And for those that want a deeper quad stretch, swing out from your elbow onto your hand. So left hand is down. Come up. If you want even more stretch, come down a little bit. Move your left hand closer to you and come up. Either way, lift your side ribs. Take the head of your arm bones back. With dedication, push the back of the right shoulder blade down and into the back of the chest. And breathe. It's It's really a super great quad stretch, psoas stretch, really deep back bend for the low back. Exhale. Come on down. Rest. Enjoy the stretch. Now bring your right forearm in front. Bend your left knee. Take the left foot with your left hand and bring your palm, thumb up to the inner edge of the big toe. Here it goes. Pivot your thumb down as your elbow spins up. Curl your toes over the hand. Then push the base of your left thigh down. Drag forward, tailbone in. Ribs right. From your pelvic core now, push straight back through the knee and the foot. And from your pelvis, lift your heart more. Swing out on pivot from your elbow and bring your right palm down. Rise up more. And if this is too much, I call it bus stop yoga. You just get off at your stop. If this isn't your stop, go back to the previous stop. Keep your forearm on the floor. If you want to go to the next stop, pull your right hand in towards you more. Come up higher. Full deep breaths now. Really root the base of the left thigh down with dedication, and then tailbone in. Breathe. Affirm inside your breath that you are worthy of a life of greatness and happiness beyond your wildest imagination. Open to it. Envision it, feel it, and then give thanks that it's already happened. Yeah, thank you for a great life filled with abundance, connection, friendship, love. Exhale, come on down. Stack your hands, make a little pillow, and turn your head on the pillow. And breathe. Perfect. Okay, come on up. Roll onto your back. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Bend your elbows by your sides and lengthen your side ribs, open to the bigger energy, and then push your elbows down to get the shoulder blades to gather underneath your back. And it's beautiful. It's like life has your back. You feel the sense of the hands of the divine, the hands of grace hold the back of your heart to give you confidence, to give you inspiration. Hug in with dedication now. Move your thighs back, generate a low back curve, tailbone in, and then push your feet down to go up. Isometrically pull your heels backwards and pull from heels to palate. Hug your shoulder blades more into the back of the heart and lift your heart. Inner rotate your thighs, pull your tail in, and then from your palate, root the head and extend straight out through your knees. Try to grow your femur bones long. Clasp your hands underneath. Squeeze your shoulder blades under you more. Walk your shoulders in. Come up even more. And no part of your neck is on the floor. So lift your chin. It's just the back of the head and the shoulders. Neck is free. This is Setu Bandha Sarvangasana to construct a bridge pose. A bridge from earth to heaven. And then exhale. Release, come all the way down, receive. Find your belt now. You can use a yoga strap or a necktie or a scarf. And put the belt just below the ball mounds of the right foot. First, bend your left knee. So pull on the belt and then push your right thigh back until your lower back comes off the floor. It's one of the signposts of Ashaya Yoga that we never interrupt the lower back curve. It's supposed to be a concave curve, and so we never want to flatten it. So move your thighs back until your low back comes off. Keeping the low back off the floor, really pull on the belt now and push your right leg back more. Stretch your left leg out straight, root the left thigh to the floor. Enjoy the stretch. And you can pull on the belt more as long as you keep your low back off the floor. You should be able to put your hand underneath the low back. There's a little bit of space there. That protects the vertebrae so that you don't push the discs towards the back. Hold both ends of the belt with your right hand and bring your leg out to the right side. You can stretch your left arm out all the way to the left. Nice deep stretch. Hold and breathe. Then spread your toes, scissor your legs with dedication to the bigger energy. To open your heart takes consistency, takes a deeper level of dedication than most things. But the payoff is amazing. What's the payoff? Happiness, greatness, living your dream. No dream without dedication. No happiness without dedication. And then you don't want to over-effort this, so stay humble. Soften. Remember the bigger energy. And also remember that you're already whole and complete just as you are. There's not that much that we actually need. It's more, what can you let go of that's in your way? Inhale, stretch your right leg up. Move the belt. Put the belt around the left foot. Right knee is bent. And again, go for a low back curve. Move your left thigh back. It's the only way you're going to get it. Keeping the curve now, pull on the belt, but push your left thigh back. Stretch your right leg out. Move the right thigh to the floor. Flex the right foot. Scissor your legs with dedication. The muscles will engage. Spread your toes. Breathe. Get humble. Allow your skin to soften and allow the breath to help dissolve tension. The breath is like the marinade on tight muscles that makes them sweet, makes them release. Hold both ends of the belt with your left hand and bring your left leg out to the left, right arm out to the right. And inhale, come back to center. Release the belt. Give yourself a big hug, both knees into the chest. And then come into Shavasana just for a couple of minutes. Stretch your legs out, arms by your sides, palms up. Close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. With each exhalation, let your muscles melt away from the bones. And then allow your bones to get heavy and descend to the earth. Even allow your internal organs to relax and descend to the backside of your body. Hip bones descend and open. Shoulders move toward the floor. Relax your arms, palms, fingers. Then release your jaw. Let your teeth separate slightly. Relax your tongue, cheeks, nose, ears, and eyes. Relax your forehead, sides of the head, back of the head, top of the head. Now relax your whole body filled with peace, humility, softness. And deep underneath this fire of dedication, like the leftover burning coals from a bonfire, keep you warm inside. Release all effort, all struggle, and let yourself be bathed in the light of the universe. Bask in the energy of your true nature, which pulses with the most ecstatic joy and bliss. Very slowly begin to return. And draw your knees into your chest. Roll to the right side. And as you're ready, slowly come up to a seated position. Sit again with legs crossed. Join your index fingers and thumbs, palms down. Close your eyes. Let yourself dwell in your heart, surrounded by softness, humility, and the presence of the bigger energy. At the same time, feel underneath your strong dedication, the belief that you are worthy, you are enough just as you are, and that you are perfectly imperfect in just the way that you are. And there is no limit, no upper limit to joy that you can experience. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart. With the balance of humility and dedication, we can achieve our dreams. And we can become more deeply integrated, peaceful within, and happy. Let's give thanks for this time to practice. Let's send a ray of hope, a ray of light, and a ray of joy out into the world, to our friends, our loved ones. And let's send it out to all beings everywhere. We'll take a deep breath in and chant Om. The happiness in me bows to the happiness in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the link below. And also check out the online membership. We're doing a free 14-day trial now, and there's no commitment needed. You can cancel at any time. Would really love to have you practice with me and try out the practices of Tantra through Ashaya Yoga. Have a great day.